Keeping Quiet poem with Pablo Neruda. Now in this poem you will find three very interesting things. It's about disciplining ourselves. अपने आप को सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन कैसे किया जाए, अपनी पर्सनैलिटी को और सॉफ्ट और मेलो कैसे किया जाए. सॉफ्ट का ये मतलब नहीं कि हर बार आप सॉफ्ट रहें, इतना सॉफ्ट नहीं कि कोई आपका एडवांटेज ले. इट्स नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट, बट इट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट हैविंग पेशेंस एंड ऑलवेज. सो द बैकग्राउंड व्हिच आई एम गिविंग, and always this poet is, in this particular poem, is trying to give the message that this could be achieved, the object of disciplining ourselves and always becoming better and better and best, by giving ourselves some time, taking some time out of our busy schedule and being quiet. Think, introspect. So thinking, quiet thinking, do some quiet thinking. First I am just giving you a brief introduction to this. Keeping quiet, because the moment you keep quiet, you will start thinking about yourself. First, to discipline yourself. We talk about others. That person is this, he has done like that, they have done to me this. But we also have to see where we stand, how I am carrying myself, how I am carrying myself in the society. ऐसा तो नहीं कि हम भी कुछ हरकत ऐसी करते हैं which incites or provokes others to anger or to not behave with us properly. Is it because we are very selfish? See, these are the words which will be coming. Is it that because we don't think about others, that is being selfishness? Is it that we have very less patience or sometimes no patience at all? So what is the solution? So the poet gives the solution. Let's see, the very first thing which you have to do is to keep quiet. And he is not talking about only one person, he is talking about all others, all of us. He is not being, very pontific about that. Meaning, always giving advice to others. Because in the beginning you will see that he says we all should keep quiet. He is including himself also. See, always when you give advice, supposing if I say that you should not tell lies, you should be very obedient, you should be very well disciplined, you should be very, soft spoken, and at the same time I am not that. So the person to which you are offering so much, advice and all these things, that person will think that, oh, this person is just always giving homilies. अगर आप उसी को कहते हैं कि we all should do like this, we all should think, we all should see in our inner self, is there anything more which we can improve upon? Is there any room for improvement? There is always room for improvement. But the point is that when you will think about this, when you will keep quiet, we immediately jump to some conclusion. उसको कहते हैं jump the gun. Jump the gun जो है ये phrase है. फट से ओपिनियन बना लिया और कह दिया कि ऐसे हुआ ऐसे. Think and have patience. So keeping quiet is this poem. Actually, it is trying to tell the whole world that, see, there are so many clashes between individuals, in society, national levels, so on, international wars and all that. So, is there anywhere anything that we can stop this? can we anyhow at least minimize it? You must understand that this poor poet, 1904-1973, born in 1954 and died in 1973. It means that he had very well he was much in his quite senses and understanding when these two major events occurred at the world level. And what were these two major events? Can you think? Can you guess? He was 10 years, must be 10 years when the First World War started. Now 10 years, yes, you are, if you are an average child, you would see what are the things happening. And he is actually a person, if you see in his letter, that there must have been some big impact of these wars in his life. So till he attained the year 14 years of age, a boy of 14 years is quite conscious about what is happening. So First World War he saw, that was for 4 years, you know that?
Yes.
Then when he must have been in the prime of his youth, you can say, then the other war started, the bigger one and more deadly, 1939-45, Second World War. Now, at that time he was 35 years.
Yes.
A quite mature age. So these two wars, which were so much, so much of bloodshed. And see, it's not a question of only soldiers dying. The common general population, the old, the young, the infants, newborns, women, all are. Because they do not spare. It has a very, very bad cascading effect. Cascading मतलब एक तरह से शुरू हुआ और एक के बाद एक अंदर तक चला गया, ये नीचे तक, ऊपर से पहले शुरू हुई है नीचे तक कैस्केड, हर लेयर्स, हर लेवल्स ऑफ सोसाइटी को अफेक्ट करेगा. So looking at these things, and after Second World War, what we had the Cold War. Again, it was not a major conflagration but there was so much distrust and so much behind the scenes which were happening between the communist bloc and the Western allies, led by USA that side and USSR this side. So you see, this poem has got very deep meaning. And you see one thing, this person is a Nobel laureate, Nobel Prize winner for literature. In this poem, Neruda talks about the necessity of quiet introspection. So please try to understand, when you say necessity, you shouldn't take it lightly. It's not that it's something optional. अच्छा कभी सोच लेंगे, कभी टाइम मिलेगा तो करके देख लेंगे इंट्रोस्पेक्शन. No, it is so fundamental, it is so basic. It is so basic to our survival. That is why something is necessity.
Yes.
Something which is necessary. Necessity of quiet means of chupchap and introspection, as I told you.
Yes.
Looking inside. अपने आप को देखें, अपने अंदर झांक के देखें, अपनी हालत क्या है इसको समझें. How am I faring? Okay, somebody is bad, somebody is this, somebody is that. But who am I? What am I supposed to do? As a human being, we profess ourselves to be human beings.
Yes.
then as a human being there should be a standard. There should be a standard. How you should behave. How you are different from an animal. And if you really are true to yourself, यानी अपने आप से सच्चे हो, तो जब चुप होकर के सोचोगे अपने बारे में, अपनी हरकत के बारे में, अपने एक्शंस के बारे में, अपने बिहेवियर के बारे में, अपनी पर्सनालिटी के बारे में, और ऑनेस्ट थिंकिंग करोगे, बिकॉज यू आर कीपिंग क्वाइट. सी द लिंक. Honest thinking about yourself. This is introspection. No bias. Then you will always find that there is room for improvement. You must improve yourself. We all must improve ourselves in order to make the world a better place to live in. This is the gist. So this is a sort of, he is providing us with sort of medicine.
Yes.
So medicine is always taken when the diagnosis is done. So which type of medicine to be taken when? Keeping quiet is the first step to diagnose the problem.
Yes.
And then I come to say, for example, if I am thinking about myself, I say, see, I talk about myself, see, I think that I am sometimes very impatient. So I've come to a conclusion that this thing should be taken care of. Okay, I start working on it. I take the medicines which are there. I don't mean pills
Yes, sir.
or injections. I take advice, I read books, I talk to others. I look at other people, how they behave. Some, you learn by imitation also. You have a role model.
Yes.
You see how they reacted, how they showed patience. So you can take those medicines, but first understand your problem. As another person might have anger management problem. He becomes very angry. This anger is something which eats from within. This fire. You must have read in class 10 one Fire and Ice, Robert Frost. So, anger, dishonesty, something which is so, it looks very, something which looks very trivial. Procrastination, I gave you that line. Procrastination is the thief of time. अच्छा कल कर लेंगे, अभी बहुत टाइम है, प्रोजेक्ट बनाना अभी तो छुट्टी ही हुई है, बना लेंगे. So this is something which is very negative. A habitual procrastinator, and it looks like it's something like a problem which if you don't arrest it in the beginning, अगर शुरू में उस पर काबू नहीं पाइएगा तो वो पार्ट ऑफ योर कैरेक्टर बन जाता है. कल कर लेंगे, परसों कर लेंगे, उठेंगे.